Hi guys, this is Mel, and it is January 7th, 2017 that I'm making this recording on. And I'm just wondering, guys, have you heard the news? Because it was announced just 2 days ago on January 5th, 2017. It was announced that the CW was working on a prequel of a TV show that was once called Charmed. Now, if you guys remember, Charmed aired between 1998 to 2006, and it was based on three sisters who found out that they were witches, and together they formed the Charmed Ones, known as the most powerful beings of good magic. Only later on to have a fourth sister join them when they lost one of their own as well. So anyways, Charmed was originally on WB, which got, I think it was before it got converted into the CW. And there's always been, in the past few years, there's been news about a reboot, possible rumors about it, and now it has been confirmed that a prequel is in the works. However, what I can find is that this prequel is set in New England in 1976, around three witches who are not related by blood, going by the name of Tina, Paige, and Annie. So how do I feel about this? As a Charmed fan, I'll tell you this. I'm going to go about like 5 minutes talking about this from now, but, so first impressions when I first heard the news of a prequel for Charmed. Prequel means before, you get the story beforehand. So I'm thinking prequel would be with Patty and Penny Hallowell around the time when the Charmed Ones were kids. I mean, Patty, aka Grams, or no, Patty's the mother, Penny was Grams. I always mix the two up. And 1976, so that makes the Charmed Ones very young. We already saw them set in 1975 in one of the season 1 episodes. But in 1976, Prue would have been 6, Piper would have been 3, and Phoebe would have been a year old. And Paige she's set to be born in 1977, so a year later. So, with 1976 already set in place, so much of what we have learned through Charmed about the history of that timeline could have been brought up in this prequel, like the dissolution of the relationship between Patty and Victor. We got Patty's affair with her white lighter Sam Wilder, which resulted in them conceiving Paige, which then led to them giving up Paige so that she could be protected from the elders who frowned upon witch and white lighter affairs, or unions or whatever. And then we have Patty's death happening February 28th, 1978 by the water demon. And then we would get Grams caring for her granddaughters in this new way, and then trying to figure out how to keep them protected while dealing with magic, and then trying to hide it from them, and like all that. So all that, just from the word prequel, had me thinking, oh, this was going to be fantastic. We're in the era of the two generations that were directly linked to the Charmed Ones. Good, I'm so pumped for it. Then I find out what the actual news was. And it was the fact that it is set in New England. No problem at all. 1976. No problem at all. The fact that these three witches, Tina, Paige, Annie, are not blood related has led, and they're supposed to be forming the new Charmed Ones, the new Power 3, has me feeling unimpressed, disappointed, and confused. Like, really confused, guys. And this is why. What is the definition of a Charmed One? What has been said over and over again in the 8 seasons that Charmed was on the air for? By definition, I had to get the exact words from a wiki page, but I remember it being said repeatedly on the show, was that, and I quote, "The Charmed Ones are a prophesied sisterhood of 3, later 4 witches who descended from the Warren line of witches. They are known as the most powerful witches ever to walk the earth, and are dedicated to protecting the innocent and ridding the world of evil. The magical bond between these sisters is known as the Power of 3, and is said to be the strongest form of magic in the world." Also, the whole definition of the Charmed Ones came from a prophecy that was made. Prophecy said by Melinda Warren, the matriarch of the Warren bloodline, and it said, and I quote, "You can kill me, but you cannot kill my kind. With each generation, the Warren witches will grow stronger and stronger, until at last, 3 sisters will arrive. Together, these 3 sisters will be the most powerful witches the world has ever known. They will defeat all kinds of evil. They will be known as the Charmed Ones." These were Melinda Warren's last words before she was burned at the stake. Now, how can you have a Charmed prequel pretty much called Charmed if you're not featuring the 3 Hallowell sisters? Or if you're not featuring Piper, Phoebe, and Paige, who are the famous Charmed ones, the Blood Sisters, the ones prophesized to have this title. You can't have 3 unrelated witches form to become the new Charmed ones. That's not what the definition is, which has me so confused and disappointed, because the whole point of Charmed, the original series, was around the unique bond between these 3 sisters, which together formed the Charmed ones because they were prophesized to be these powerful witches, stated as the Charmed ones by their own ancestor. You can't take 3 other girls, 3 other witches, and have them be known as the Charmed ones. You can't do that. You can't also have those 3 witches and not have them be sisters and have them take the name of the Charmed ones. That's not how it works. That's not how the whole original series built up the legend that was the Charmed ones. That means take any 3 witches and you could create your so-called Charmed ones. That wasn't the case. That wasn't why everyone feared the name of the Charmed ones. If you want, there's my timer. If you want, take the prequel, have three witches, and have them form a coven, but don't call them the Charmed ones. That what has me so frustrated is the fact that you want to take this label, which has its definition in its very core of what it is, stated in the 8 seasons we had of Charmed, and also in the 2 seasons you have in the comic books, and in the novels of what it states to be a Charmed one. You can't take that apart and give it to 3 random witches who somehow form their own power of 3. It doesn't work like that, and that what has me so confused. How can it be related to the word Charmed if they don't follow the criteria that makes them the Charmed ones, which is 3 sister witches that are descendants from the Warren bloodline. Those were the criteria points. The fact that they're sisters, the fact that they each have one of the 3 powers from Melinda Warren herself, the fact that they are descendants from her themselves, that is what made them the Charmed ones. Not the fact that they were all witches, not the fact they were all women, but it was the fact that they were sisters. It was the fact that they were from the Warren line, the fact that they had the 3 powers from their ancestor who had made the prophecy. So yeah, I'm a little worked up over it because it just doesn't make sense. When you hear Charmed prequel, you immediately think that it is going to be connected to the original Charmed ones that we spent 8 years loving when it was on the air. Even now, when it's been 10 years since it's been off the air. Charmed means the Hallowell family. Charm relates to the Warren line. Prequel pretty much means the time before Prue, Piper, Phoebe, and Paige. Therefore, go pick any one of the Warren witches in their bloodline between Melinda and between the 4 of them. Okay, that's fine. Charmed sequel. We're automatically thinking the next generation, including Wyatt, Chris, Melinda, and their cousins. So yeah, unless they figure out a way to have these 3 women connected to the Warren line, I don't see how they can be dubbed the Charmed ones or the new Charmed ones. It doesn't fit with the prerequisites that we were given about what it means to make a Charmed one. And that's all I want to say, guys. So, with that said, I'm going to end this video. But what did you think about the news about this Charmed prequel? Are you excited for it? Are you a little confused like I was? Or, well, what do you think? I'm definitely going to try to give it a shot, but it just really confuses me. That's for sure. But share your thoughts about it in the comments down below. I love to hear about it. Also, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and check out my other videos if you haven't done so already. If you want, guys, check out my Tumblr page. The link for that is down below. I actually have a page for Charmed, so that's connected down below. I definitely have to relink a few things and be more a little specific in my tagging, but it's there. Whenever charm pops up on my Tumblr page, I reblog it, so go check that out. Also, that's about it. You can also follow me on WordPress if you want as well. But as well, if you're a charm fan, years ago, I actually made 2 videos on my other YouTube channel. One of them is kind of like a credits video or like a theme song intro of what I thought my version of the next generation would have been like. So you can go check that out as well. I also did a connecting video to it that kind of had wallpaper versions of like the little details of what I thought the next generation would have been like, what their personalities were, what kind of powers they would have had, stuff like that. So if you want, the link for those 2 videos are down below, so go check that out if you want. And that's about it. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you come back next time to check out any of my other videos. But until then, guys, this is Mel, wishing you a great day, great week everywhere. Bye for now.